What's up, everybody? Hey, I just want to show you guys this new page builder. It's called Mass Page Creator, and it is really just off the chart. So I haven't really fully mastered it yet, and this thing can do so much more than pretty much any other page builder that I've ever seen. It's a really powerful piece of software. So I just wanted to show you this. I'm working on a project here where I picked up a really good domain at auction, and that's kind of a cool strategy you can do if you want to do mass page sites. Look at the GoDaddy auctions, and the reason I say GoDaddy is because generally those domains are indexed, and this is just anecdotal, but when I buy from NameSilo or Dynadot or some of the others, the domains don't seem to be indexed. But with GoDaddy, their auction domains seem to be indexed. When you buy them, you have to wait, I believe it's 7 days before they'll actually let you use it. I'm not sure why that is, maybe because they have to contact the old owner or something, but I scooped a pretty decent domain in a really, really populated area, so I'm putting it to use with Mass Page Creator. And there's a lot to talk about here, but basically this is the file that you use. So I'm using it in HTML. You can use it with WordPress. In fact, the core site that I'm building is built on WordPress, but I'm making these pages HTML, but I'm using the PHP extension in hopes to, well, you need to use the PHP extension to run I want to say JavaScript or widgets inside of the page. But so that's what this little area is here, and you can you can grab files. So you can, if you have files that you upload to your cPanel, and you don't have to upload them into the file manager. This Mass Page Creator can upload them for you, but you can just grab your source file. In this case, it's this file here. And then it pulls the CSS in and everything, so when you're using the Mass Page Creator editor, the CSS is correct and everything looks like it will when the site's built out. And then here are your paths. So this indicates, those two slashes indicate that this is going to be a silo. So we have areas served. These are the cities, and I'm only doing, I think it's like 45 cities in New Jersey. So that's the state abbreviation, and those are the only paths that I have. And then over here, keyword is bail bonds, and then these are the cities. And in order to get this, you just see. So what's cool about this is you can do geo targeting. So in this case, I did 10 miles from in West New York, but it's only going to pick up the New Jersey cities. It's not going to pick up any of the New York cities, because I just did all the New York cities that I wanted to in that area. So we're going to do doing New Jersey here, and you can sort by population, and you can tell it to be a silo, a folder, or if you want to make them all lowercase, which you should. And then and then you can tell it whether to include the target. So do you want to include West New York? I left that off, but I should have included that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to hit overwrite, and now I've got 46 cities. So what I'm going to do is come over here, click copy paths from path 2, and it may have actually added them. No, it didn't. It overwrote them, so that's good. And you can see that West New York is now present here. So, and what I could do is put what I should do is put a var here, a variable, but I didn't. You'll just call it path 2, and then path 3 is the state abbreviation, like I already said. Down here, these are your variables. So this, you have 9 to work with, and this will replace different things. So In this case, I'm working with one keyword. Now what you could do if you wanted to do bail bonds, and then let's say you also wanted to do fianzas, which is Spanish for bail bonds, but a lot of Spanish speaking people will search for fianzas instead of bail bonds. So what you could do is just put fianzas here, and then you would use a formula, and there's 8 formulas, and then by using these formulas you can tell it to make a page for bail bonds West New York and fianzas West New York and all the other ones. So you can build humongous sites with this. I mean, I'm talking like 35,000 page sites just in minutes. Of course, you don't want to do it in minutes because you'll screw it up and it won't rank. But anyway, so here we've got the cities like I've shown you, and then the state abbreviation. I just typed it in because I'm only working with one state, and in the content, generally I'll just type that in. I do have it here in case I want to use it for a widget or something, but and then the state full, which is New Jersey. So, and then a phone number, and then the zip. Now what's pretty cool about this is if you come over here to formulas and you click on number 8, you can tell it to grab zip codes, right? So you can say, okay, I want to do New Jersey, and then you tell it which path is the city, which in this case it's path 2, and you can tell it how you would like to output the zip codes, whether you want a single zip, you want them in Spintax, like this with no spaces, or all the zips with a space after the comma. So what I did was this will output all the zip codes with a space after the comma, but over here I have just one single zip code, and I'll show you why I do that in a moment. I use that for the schema markup. And then so that is that. So now if you want to edit a page, you just go to HTML page edit, and here's the page with some Spintax in it. It doesn't look super good. I mostly edit from the source because it's easier, because you don't have all that. You don't have to worry that if you do something on the front end, it's going to screw up the source, or I don't know, I just prefer to edit from the source and then preview, to check out what I'm doing. But we'll just go ahead and preview real quick. So you can see I've got a little menu over here, and this isn't what the main site looks like. The main site is built in WordPress, and it's it's a lot more modern looking, I guess you could say. But for these for all these area pages, I'm just throwing these up, and they should work. And then you can see I've got the little weather widget. I think that SERPshaker does the weather widget too. And of course I've got the little Google map. And then I've got a sitemap here, which I'll show you in a moment. And I did some work with the Google My Maps. And you can see here I've got some Google My Map here that I'm linking to boost relevance. And then I've got these interlinked. So here you can see where it says Bail in Bayonne and then Bail in Bayonne. So when this is completed, this will actually be the previous page, and this will actually be the next page. So we're interlinking everything together. I've got this will throw up the actual page URL, and then it'll output the zip codes over here. And yeah, so that's that. And if you want to add these links, all you've got to do, you just right click and you get little options. So you can do special links, previous page, next page, current page, or a link to the root sitemap. You can do constants, so this is the domain URL, project folder path, web root folder path. You can do the widgets. Now this is a neat little tool here, and it lets you build links, so you can, you know, throw some links in based on the variables. So you can add links to the variables, which is really cool. It does it all at once. So there's that, and then you can tell it like title case, uppercase, lowercase. You can change things. If you want to add, so you see this variable here, which is how much does a city, and the T indicates title case, bail bond cost. Okay, now I've put some spin tax here, but what you could do is you could actually click next, title case, so you've got these two highlighted, and then city, and you see it changed it. It put a plus there, and that means that it's going to output the next city on the list versus the city that I'm working with now. And then you've got the API. You can do the spin rewriter or article builder, and then you can do some shortcodes. So you can do some YouTube videos, which I probably should have put in this page, but I didn't. Yelp listings based on the keywords. I don't believe that you can choose the Yelp listings. I think it just puts Yelp listings in based on the keywords. But that would still be helpful to do that, because you can also do an overlay on this stuff, well, as you can see down here. So you can cloak or redirect, or you could do an overlay, which is pretty cool. It's actually very cool. That and I haven't used any of these functions yet, but you know, it's pretty awesome. You know, if you cloak the redirect, you know, maybe an overlay is a little bit safer, but I think they're both going to get you, you know, get you de-indexed if you get caught doing them. But I have no problem doing that, because you can build sites so quickly. And if you're working with an auction domain, I mean, some of them are already ranked. And usually what happens is with the auction domains, they've dropped like a month ago, right? So the domain goes south, the content goes away. It's still indexed, but the ranks have dropped, because now when Googlebot hits it, it's not showing any content. It's just, you know, it's like, this domain is for sale. But it's so easy to revive them. It's like, I mean, it's just I don't know, it's just a lot easier. So maybe you'll use that when you're doing these types of sites, or any site for that matter. Auction domains are great, because you can invest. I mean, even if you invest a couple $100 in a domain, think about the money you're going to save on link building. Because unless you have a PBN of your own, or you have all the tools or a team to do this. I happen to have my own PBN, although I still buy links, and still, you know, I still buy links from other people. But, you know, and I have employees that do link building on a daily basis. But still, if you don't have that, it's so much better for you just to drop a couple $100 on a domain and get a bunch of links, a good relevant backlinks, and get a good domain, than buying a brand new domain and then starting from square one. You know, you might end up in a sandbox for a little bit. It's just easier to buy something that's aged. So close this out, and then, I mean, we pretty much, oh, I know what I have to do. Because you see here I'll have NY, because I just built all the New York pages. So what I need to do is a search replace, and replace this. So I'm going to place all, and there it is. Oops, I didn't want that one. Didn't want that one to go away. Just gonna double check this real quick. Yeah, it looks like I did pretty good here. So, and what's cool about this is you can do the schema markup. Obviously, you can create some advanced stuff. You can see I've got the vars in the schema here, and oh crap. Oh man. I screwed this up, right? Company has NY in it. So I need to fix this. So if I undo it, undo. Hopefully that fixed it. Yep, that fixed it. So I need to do this again. I'm going to match the case this time. There it is. Let's make sure of this. Yeah, okay, so I've got this, see, everywhere where it said company, it would have said comp and J, because I screwed that search replace up. So you got to be careful, because if you move too fast, you'll just screw everything up. But you can see here in the schema markup, we've got, you know, I'm marking up some of these, you know, some of these links that this person had, and then, yeah, so you can get way more advanced with schema. I mean, I think I'm pretty advanced, but you can do a lot more. Like, you can mark up all the images, which I would recommend. I would just maximize your schema markup, because it seems like as soon as I do that, and I'm not talking about just doing local business schema with just the address and everything. I'm talking about if you go in depth and you really mark up your pages, you will see a ranking increase. Unless there's something stopping you from increasing your rankings. I mean, in my experience, every time I go really deep with schema markup and start, you know, marking up a person or an author or all the images on the page, pretty much everything. Like, if you just mark up anything you possibly can. I'm not marking up everything on this page or on these pages, because I don't think I'm going to need it. I mean, I did 3 different markups included in one set of script tags. But yeah, definitely use schema markup on these mass page sites, because it'll really help. So we're going to save the page, save it to project folder. I'm going to close the editor, and then what you would want to do is just hit blueprint, and it'll show you the URL string, and then you can tell it what to blueprint: WP pages, WP posts. I'm sticking with HTML, and then you can limit it. You can limit your blueprint. If you've got 30,000 pages, you may want to limit your blueprint just to maybe 1,000 pages, just so you can check the build without loading all that stuff. So you just hit that, and boom, here it is. Here's our blueprint. You can see it's gives us everything, and there's the zip code, the phone number, and what you can do is if you just click on it. See, and I screwed up. It's good to check this stuff, because see, I've got a capital H here, and I don't want that. But you can see my my stuff here. I actually did notice one more error that I need to fix before I build this out. So first we want to make those lowercase. I just could make these lowercase. And then, because remember, even if it's lowercase here, it's not going to be lowercase in the output of your text. So I'm going to double click on this. Change that. Boom. Now we're ready to build. So we'll build her out, and we're going to enable the sitemaps. These will create HTML sitemaps for you. Now you can build this live. You can build V pages. I'm not sure how that functions. I believe that they're virtual pages, and I'm pretty sure that they're visible they're like pages, but they're not full pages, so they become pages as a user visits them. But I believe that is to save space on your server. You can do a zipped file here, or you can send it to the cloud. You can send it to Amazon S3, which is pretty cool. I want to try using the Amazon S3 subdomain to host some of these sites, and see if I can use that as like a parasite to, maybe leverage some of the power from that domain. But we're going to do live, and we're going to build the whole project. We're going to do the sitemaps and everything. And of course, if you want settings, you can. That's the root sitemap there. Paths always create lowercase URLs. I mean, they're lowercase right now, so I don't need to check that. And then what's cool about this is you can run this software on the domain that you want to build on, or you can run it on a VPS, which they recommend. I think it's host6c VPS. I'm just using it on the domain. I'm using it on an A2 hosting reseller account, which A2 hosting, believe it or not, is the best shared hosting I've ever seen. I mean, I have a WP Engine account with a bunch of sites on it, and A2 is better than WP Engine in my experience. So I'm actually about to move all of my sites from WP Engine over to A2, and I'm going to save a bunch of money doing that. And it's and it's faster. In my opinion, I think it is just as fast, if not faster, than WP Engine. So, I mean, I don't have an affiliate link for it, but if you guys want to go to A2 hosting, check them out, get the turbo boost. I don't know if it's called, it's something faster speed. You can get it. It's like $5 a month extra. But I bought that, and it's all on SSD drives. I mean, it's awesome. All right, so back to this. Looks like we're all good. And I'm going to hit build. It's done. Took it just over half a second to build all those pages. And here they are. So, look at that. It's all ready to rock and roll. I know there's a link to the sitemap here. Here it is. Huh. Wonder if it rewrote, because I had an old sitemap. I bet it rewrote that sitemap. That's okay though. No big deal. And let's just check the cool, so it's still got my New York files and my New Jersey files. So there you go. That is Mass Page Creator. I'm going to show you the website. It's here. It's masspagecreator.com, and it's just the best thing I've seen right now. And this dude right here, he has a YouTube channel as well. I'll link to it in the video. But this guy is like really advanced. I think you can actually you can pay him to train you on this stuff. And I didn't pay him for that. I'm just learning on my own. And then the inventor, or the creator, his name is Larry Sherman. He was kind enough to spend some time with me and another guy on a Skype call, and he showed us the ins and outs, which I'm going to make a tutorial video. I'm just giving you an overview right now. And this is it, masspagecreator.com, and you can buy it. It's $697, but you can do the 12-month installment plan. I mean, I guess if you're not sure about it, which that's a tough pill to swallow, right? I mean, $700 almost, but it's not a toy. It's not one of these, it's not a toy. I mean, it's a very powerful piece of software, and I've only shown you, 5% of what it can actually do in this little short video. So yeah, you can get the installment plan if you want, and then it's got some add-on modules, and I think you have to pay extra for the overlays. So if you want to do a cloaked redirect or a cloaked overlay, I guess you have to pay an extra $97. But it's worth it, right? If you can, because there's always that balance between SEO and conversions. So, ideally it would be just so awesome if you could rank a very small page with just text above the fold outlining your offer. You don't have to go super in depth, but if you want the page to rank, you're going to need a good amount of words on the page. You need to make it helpful to the user, but that kind of takes away from the conversion rate, because if the user spends too much time reading all the crap on your page, they might just get bored and bounce. So I guess I'll have to buy this because I really want to do those redirects and overlays. So yeah, I mean, you can browse this on your own. It's masspagecreator.com, but you should definitely check this out. It's the best thing I've seen, and I hope you learned from my little video here. Stay tuned for some tutorials on this software as well as other softwares. I've got, I need to make a new RankerX video, and then a newer GSA video as well. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, it'd be really cool if you could subscribe. And that's all.